Konnichiwa, minasan. Today we're going to do a moment of truth. Today is a day that marks two events. One of them, I guess, happy, and one of them not so happy. But first, we're going to address the happy one first, and whatever comes after the other one. I can't devote one entire blog this week. I'm kind of busy with some stuff, and I've got an inspection coming up for my car, and I need to settle an exhaust issue that came up last week, so I'm pretty busy. But today is my birthday, so I guess that's the good news. But now I think, since I'm going to remember my day, there's going to be another event, which is the other one, which is the Japan earthquake that happened a year ago. Pretty much the year anniversary today. But on to the good thing. My parents did send me something that was very nice. You know, they usually kind of do that because they don't live around here. My hometown is about 436 miles in one direction away from here, in a different climate zone, so it's very, very far. So they can't come down here. I mean, unless they come down here for some meeting or some business in Connecticut, then, then I usually see them. But that's the case. But they did send me something which is kind of cool. Part of the pixelation here, I'm not too sure. My camera came out of adjustment. I've been setting it for like 5 minutes. Yeah, it still doesn't quite look right. But here's the box. This will be this. My father used to work for the Postal Service. He was a postmaster in my hometown, so he had quite a responsibility. They sent a card. They wrote my name on it. You can't see it. It's my American name. I don't know, I kind of want to make that private and personal, so. But, yeah, it's, covered the number. For a special son on your birthday. My birthday. And it has the number underneath my finger, but I'm not releasing it because that's personal information. So, there you go. Oh, yeah. It's kind of nice. Once again, I'm covering up a number. My parents are very nice to do that. Love Dad and Mom. This is custom card. You open it up, it's a one piece of paper, so it's kind of cool. They actually have envelopes, and on this, it says Happy Birthday. You can see it's all heart. It says Happy Birthday above it, so it's kind of cool. My birthday is a hit or miss with things as far as weather goes. I mean, technically, I'm a winter baby, so I'm not terribly fond of that, but I mean, I guess it makes me what I am, makes me more who I am and whatnot. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. Did it get worse? Yeah, it did. A little bit. I think that's better. Of course, they send me extra things like mailing labels. This is mailing labels for my address and whatnot, and I got chocolate. This is something, did I translate correct in Japanese? My Japanese is not always very good. They sent me chocolate. So they sent me a whole big bag of this. Snickers. This is very popular in the States, Snickers candy, and you have the Hershey's. And as you can see, it's a very big bag, but we say, where's the candy? It's right at the bottom. So we have these little candies that people have, There are 3 kinds of Snicker bars. This is highlighting Snickers. This is Snickers peanut butter. I think that's more like, maybe like a Butterfinger or something of that sort. They're perfectly square. So what does it say on it? Oh yeah, peanut butter, square, right there. You can see that. Very, very good. I enjoyed those. Of course, you have the classic Snickers bar, which is like, you have like peanuts, caramel, and chocolate with it. It's kind of cool. Candy covered. I don't feel like eating one today. I just said, kind of makes me feel yucky because I know I shouldn't be eating that type of thing. It's not good for me. So, and this is a surprise. They have the Snickers almonds. Ooh, that's kind of cool. This is very good. I think this kind and this kind I could probably eat all day. This kind, I've had this for quite some time. I'm not in the habit of eating chocolate or candy, something of that sort. So yeah, but it's okay. Of course, this is not natural. You know, it's they got some type of preservative, artificial color, and blah blah blah, and it's, you know, kind of junk. But I don't know. For me, I like the sweet stuff. It's kind of hard for me to get away from it. As you can see, I ate a lot of it so far, and this is over the course of, I think, 2 or 3 days. Kind of funny, isn't it? And of course they wrap it in the tissue paper, blah 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 blah. So it's kind of nice. I like that. It's very nice. It's very thoughtful. And my mother did call and leave a message on my cell phone that I did get a Whole Foods $100 gift card. So it's kind of cool. It helps out with groceries and doing that kind of thing. It's something that I use, and I do shop at Whole Foods every week. I go to pick up some of my groceries there, so it's really kind of cool, and it's something that I can use. So I'm very happy with that. I'm completely peeved by this. Maybe I'll have to get another camera. Anyway, the other thing today is the Japan earthquake. I don't want to go and say, I don't know. I want to devote a blog to this, but I got a lot that I have to take care of, and it's always a terrible thing. I mean, I guess there's a number of things that are hard for me to talk about. I don't want to get this way. Yeah, I mean, it does remind me of, you know, when things get little, you get to lose a lot of people, like with the past in Hiroshima. And you know, earthquakes are part of something that's, it's very natural for that to happen over there. I mean, it's not something that's a rare occurrence. No. It was there's a lot of people that died over there. Tens of thousands of people. And I'm very glad to see that, you know, the people of Japan were able to build things and infrastructure and engineer buildings and have things set in place to possibly handle the worst. I mean, just imagine what would have happened if they weren't ready for it. I was looking at things and hearing this on the news, and it's very upsetting. Now, you know, this is something that hits close to home for me, and I have a strong loyalty to those people. I really see them and identify them and see as my own people. You know, a part of what's going on over here. Now, American people are also my people. I don't feel as close to them, but, you know, the people of Japan, they represent a lot of things to me. They represent very well. I don't think American people always represent well, but once again, you have that in every country where people probably aren't always thinking, you know, before they do something. I'm not perfect either. Impressions and things that I picked up over here, well, there's some people that were always under the assumption that, you know, Japan is a very industrialized country and they're going to be all right. And I think every country gets to be all right to a certain degree, but the strong need for people to give and make donations to great organizations like the Red Cross, it's a very necessary thing, especially for those first few days. There's people that are trapped, and sometimes, you know, having those extra resources really helps out. This is something where you're trying to pick up, you're trying to clean things, you're trying to keep things organized, you're trying to launch a strong emergency effort when your backyard is just completely a mess. You know, this can happen anywhere. Some of those same people, ironically enough, you know, come from countries that, you know, also had seen earthquake activity. I don't think, in my opinion, it's fair for anybody to make any assumptions. I'll give you an example. When the earthquake hit in China, I launched a very strong effort to bring attention and awareness to this. And I also made my donations, and I also attended places, functions that were in support of that and asking for donations. They had a whole performance, bunch of performances over at, I forget what it was. It's over at MIT, one of their performance centers over there. And there was a lot of Chinese people there. I was probably one of the few Caucasian people. But they asked for donations, and the proceeds from the tickets also went to the effort to help the people in China. It's surprising to see that some of those people some of those people, or the Chinese community, might not be so willing to give towards the efforts of helping people in Japan. I think that's a strong pill to swallow. I don't like it, but I have to understand that. I know the people of Japan, pretty much everybody in the world helped out in that way of things. But I try not to hold it against people. I think when the earthquake hit in China, there was quite a few American people that weren't giving, and I'd been to the efforts of actually asking for donations from American people. But the Chinese people who I did work with did appreciate my effort very, very much, so I try not to hold it against people. It had a magnitude of a 9.0 earthquake, did a lot of damage. I was worried for some time that maybe there might not be any Japan to go back to because of what was going on with the nuclear power plant in Fukushima. It scared me a lot. I can't find myself too divided between countries and people, and I think that anything that does happen, whether it's going to be Haiti or China or Japan or anywhere else in the world, I always find myself to do as much as I can to help them. And I know that I won't always be able to give all the time. But I know that if I can help people in other parts of the country or other parts of the world and do the best that I can, it's an effort towards the greater good of humanity. And I think the people of Japan were very, very good, and they also recognize things in other parts of the world. I've seen videos out here where we've had natural disasters over here. I think it strikes another note for me where over here we had some veterans actually standing strong and saying that this was due to the people of Japan because of World War II. I try not to let that get to me. I think sometimes it's important to try to make things a history, but people are people, and they're free to think what they want. It could happen anyways. I think my next prediction is that we might get hit over here too, but it could happen anyways. I know it's not a very well-directed blog, but those are my thoughts, those are my feelings, and that's what's happening in the here and now. It's always a reminder of what could happen. And I think a lot of safety concerns are going to be ramped up at every nuclear facility. People are bringing attention to that kind of stuff. And I think that that's probably a good thing. Alright, I've run out of time, but my blog is done, so I will be back some other time.